This is Michael Orl of MobileBurn.com, and today I have with me the LG Envy Touch for Verizon Wireless. This is basically the follow-up to the Voyager, even though it bears the Envy name. You can see it's a communicator-style device, large 3-inch 800 by 480 pixel touchscreen display on the outside, and a non-touch 800 by 400 pixel display on the inside, same size. You can see they line up almost perfectly. Full QWERTY keyboard. It's really only 3 rows though for the alphabetic keys, which means the space bar is mixed into the middle of them, which is a little bit annoying. And that's due to the fact that there's a dedicated row of number keys, which is pretty convenient for entering in phone numbers and things like that. But still, we question the layout a little bit. These 5 keys over here with the strange coloring make up game controls. And while that's a noble intent, I suppose, I find it a little bit distracting when I'm using the keyboard. Otherwise, the keyboard's not too bad. The keys actually have a nice feel to them. It's just that small space bar, which is merged in the middle of the letter keys, so things don't quite line up the way they would on a regular PC or laptop keyboard. But overall, it's pretty nice. Some dedicated keys for messaging, for your favorite contacts right up here, which is convenient. I'll show you that later. Control cluster. We have send and end call keys. Very workable D-pad, dedicated clear button, and a dedicated button for the speakerphone. Up here, 2 soft keys. Stereo speakers as well. When we close the device, get back to that 3-inch touchscreen on the front. Not much in terms of controls. You can see the 2 call buttons and a dedicated back button and voice button. You can also see that the finish on these buttons down here really picks up fingerprints. It's not it's not a gloss finish or anything like that, but it really holds on to the oils off of your finger, and it looks very dirty very quickly, and it's rather hard to clean too. Otherwise, resistive touchscreen. You can see we unlock it with a swipe gesture here. Nice and bright, not bad looking at all. The device is a little bit big though, just like the original Voyager was. You can see we have a dedicated 2-stage shutter button on the left edge. It's a 3.2 megapixel autofocus camera, LED flash there. So you press in the button a little bit to get focus, and you press it the rest of the way to take the actual photo. Volume controls here, and a lock button as well. You can use this to lock the display easily or unlock it without having to do the swipe gesture. On the opposing edge, we have a micro SD card slot. No memory card is included in the device though, in the box rather. One thing we're pleased to see here is a micro USB port for charging and data. Very nice to see Verizon phones finally getting into the act there. Nothing much to look at up top. So as you can see, it's very hand-holdable, but it is a somewhat large device. The Envy 3, which came out at the same time, and we also have here, is a much more easily pocketable device. It only features a small external display, and we can show you the 2 side by side. You can see there's a significant size difference, although it's not huge. Both of them are a little bit thick, but the Envy Touch has the autofocus camera that you don't get, and there's no touchscreen whatsoever on the Envy 3, even though they both have a very similar keyboard. Keyboard layout is almost identical. It's just that they're a little bit more spaced on the Envy Touch here on the right. So we'll unlock the device again here, and you can see the home screen. Dedicated buttons across the bottom here for pulling up your favorite contacts, your contact list, which you can see has scrolling ability. Also has, when you first go into it, tabs showing at the bottom the letters you can type. And so, for example, I could type J, and then it starts matching up with the first names, John Doe, and you can see I have J.A. for Jack Black, or J.O. for John Doe. Unfortunately, there's no way to search on last names, so you can't search on Doe, you can't search on Black. It's a little bit limiting in that regard. It's the phone dialer right here, pretty straightforward. Mild haptic feedback whenever you touch a number. Very subtle. And quick access to the messages inbox. This button here in the middle brings up the main menu, which we'll show you in a little bit, and this tab here brings up the quick menu. See, it's pretty cool looking the way it flips around. The animations are quite nice. and you can customize it.